18 years ago, a panda changed the trajectory of millions of lives and became the muse of countless motivational videos. And I'm talking about this panda, Po. In 2008, the first Kung Fu Panda movie came out and I loved it. It's so insightful, so funny, such a great creative movie, so full of insight, laughs, inspiration and lessons that I still rewatch it to this day. So let's deep dive into the dragon warrior mindset that can completely change your life once you start understanding it. Honestly, there are just countless lessons that you can take from Po and his story of going from a noodle maker to a dragon warrior. But for the sake of your attention span, I am going to give you the very key, important, life-changing lesson that this movie has to offer. So the first one is that your circumstances don't define who you are. Your obsession, dedication, and dreams do. If you focus on the movie's storyline, you will notice that Po was obsessed with Kung Fu and the fantastic fight. He was a huge fan of them, and in his dreams, he wanted to be a Kung Fu warrior himself. But he noticed that his circumstances, his condition doesn't really align with his dreams. Master Shifu was completely in denial of him being the dragon warrior because he thought, how can a fat panda become the dragon warrior that will save all of us? But even after his strong refusal and his attempts of turning Po away, Po still resisted. He did not give up, and his obsession ultimately became his inspiration and motivation to become the best version, to become the warrior, to completely change his life, his capabilities and his skills, what he is actually capable of doing and offering to his city. The next point is that avoidance is a signal. Avoidance becomes fear, apathy, and procrastination. But when you face it, it's done and it's over. In life, we find many truths uncomfortable, many responsibilities troublesome, so we just avoid it. We keep pushing it back in hopes that one day I will get to it, or let me just not think about it. But eventually, it becomes fear, and the thing that you're supposed to be working on gets shoved under all of your current responsibilities. But when you start realizing that the more I avoid it, the more heavy it becomes. What's the best thing for me? The sooner I do it, the sooner it's over. So all of the heavy tasks, all of the things that you're avoiding, all of the things that you're procrastinating on right now, you will be surprised to see that those things are actually so much easier to accomplish. Those tasks that I feared so much, my own potential, my own skills, my own abilities, were only big and scary in my mind, in my imagination, but not in reality. And the next is loving your craft will make you forget about quitting. When you truly love the thing that you're working on, when you truly love the adventure that you have embarked upon, when you truly love the path that you have chosen, you will forget about people's judgment, about quitting, about giving up, about not pursuing it, about getting quick results. Po loved Kung Fu so much that he was willing to endure all the pain, all the humiliation, all the rejection that came along his process, on his journey, because it's your love that will ultimately make you obsessed, that will ultimately make you a weapon, that will ultimately make you a warrior who is willing to practice every day, to push himself hard, to think outside of the circumstances, to go beyond the comfort zone. Po was a complete beginner. No one thought that he can be the dragon warrior, even himself. He doubted himself, but then he realized that if I'm chosen as the dragon warrior, as the savior by Master Oogway, then I am going to take on this responsibility and I am going to do justice with it. I am going to start from complete level 0, and with days of practice, he could not just give up. And that's the same principle we have to adopt as well. If you start doing things that you don't really love, and you are not going to stick with it, and you start doing things that you actually love, you find it so fascinating, you are so in love with the mechanism that you will just keep going. The next great point is that use your existing powers, skills, talent to your advantage to get to the next level. Po had a supportive father. Po had Master Shifu, Master Oogway, his friends by his side, his love and his passion for Kung Fu. Those were his advantage. One of the scenes that really fits this narrative is that when Master Shifu was surprised to see that Po was up on the shelf trying to get a cookie, and that hit Master Shifu. I can use those existing skills, powers, abilities to turn him into a dragon warrior who will be able to save himself, will be able to achieve higher excellence. So he was flexible, he had great hunger, he knew how to make great noodles, and all of those things were already existing on his radar. He used his pre-existing skills, pre-existing situations, conditions, capabilities to get to the next higher stage, to get to higher levels, and that's the advantage, and that's the concept of having unfair advantage. Whatever tools you have, whatever situations you have, whatever skills you have right now, those can be your unfair advantage. Use those things and then compound them and let those things generate the next big ideas, the next skills, the next markets, the next value, and the next projects that may turn your life upside down. The next point is that there is no secret sauce. A true belief is stronger than a magic formula. Po was so surprised when he was in such a rush of getting the secret sauce out of his father, but then his father hit him with simple and yet such a strong truth that there is no secret sauce. For something to be special, you only have to believe that it is special. potential. And that is such a valuable lesson that when you truly believe in yourself, in your ideas, in your projects, yes, those may suck, those may not be good, but if you just sit and do nothing, you'll never get to the good ideas, you will never be a master, you will never have expertise and experience. You only get good ideas by churning out your bad ideas. So if you are doubting yourself, I highly suggest that you have to believe that there is no secret sauce. No one else is going to do it for me. I will never be truly ready. A magic sauce will only arrive after I start getting on more adventures, after I start believing, after I truly become confident in myself, in my skills, in my current stage. When we have owned who you are, there's only one of you in this entire universe. There was a point where Po lost his motivation and he was doubting himself, and he was telling Master Shifu, there's no way I can do what you do. You have been a master for so long. You have trained so many great masters. I can never be like them. But then in his journey, he understood that there is no other panda like him. When he got to his village, he met with all of those other pandas. Then he realized that each of those pandas have their own unique skills, have their own unique value to offer that no one else can replace, that no one else is as good as them. You have something that you are so uniquely good at that other people are wondering, oh my god, how does she do that? How is she good at that thing? Or how does it come so naturally to her? So use that thing. That is your advantage. That use your magic key to opening new doors for you, to getting more opportunities for you. There is no point on copying others, on striving to be like someone else, on wanting to be in somebody else's shoes. You have your own unique circumstances, your own unique capabilities, your own unique point of view, mindset, skills, and expertise and taste that no one else can replace. And that's how you get the advantage, and that's how you build your own monopoly. You build your empire by honing on that special skills, special expertise, and your unique offer to the world. The next point is that he used different strategies for different villains. For the first one, he needed acceptance. For the second one, he needed inner peace, self-discovery. And that is a very crucial lesson of how life happens and how we cannot use the same strategy everywhere. There will be many hurdles in your life, but not every obstacle will be solved through the same solution, through the same tactic. Even within the same sector, like think of the financial factor. Finding a great partner and finding a right product is not the same. And building your business and building your personal brand is not quite the same. What works for social media might not work for investing. So even within the same sector, you cannot use the same strategies everywhere. So what do? You become a multi-passionate, multi-skilled, multi-educated person. Because a jack of all trades, master of none is oftentimes better than a master of one. You need to have many skills, expertise, taste, wisdom, and knowledge in many different areas so that you can tackle many different types of problems, situations, scenarios. And another crucial point is that your story will keep evolving. The entire point is who you choose to be and what direction are you going on. Don't ever let your past define what your future is going to be. If he did not gather up the courage and the stubbornness to go up the stairs to see the fantastic fight, then we might never get the dragon warrior. But he went from being a humble noodle maker to being a warrior to being a great friend, fighting all those villains, to being a great hero, and to actually being at more peace, to finding out who his true family was, having those great visions, going on these great adventures. If you are an ambitious person who wants to go on these great adventures, you have to be willing to pivot, to adjust, to iterate, to experiment. You cannot just be in the same situation and expect the same results. You have to be willing to put yourself into new unfamiliar situations, because that's where the future lies, not in your past comfort zone. And your greatest advantage is you, yourself. Turn you into you. You have to ask yourself who you actually are and what you actually want to be and what truly makes you unique. The one primary lesson that I took from this movie is that you are only one out of 8 billion people. There will never be someone else like you. Your life, your situations, your perspectives, your memories, your experiences are so unique that even two identical twins can watch the same movie and have completely different conclusions, can watch the same art in a gallery and have completely different tastes, can watch the same creator and will have completely different likings or dislikings. You are your choices, your decisions, your habits, your perspectives, your skills, your taste, your judgment, your gut feeling, your practices, and your failures. If you are an introvert, then that is your advantage. Use that thing. If you are a creative, then that is your advantage. You do not have to try to be a corporate slave. Your true identity and who you actually are and who you want to become is your superpower. You have to use that thing. You have to utilize that thing to go to higher levels. You can be a panda and a dragon dragon warrior at the same time. I think of it as contrast. Introverts are public speakers. People who are doing a 9 to 5 are also doing art on the side. Many people love to collect things, but at the same time they have very minimalistic taste in their personal life, and that just goes to show that do not limit yourself to one identity. There's absolutely no reason for you to label yourself into one neat little box. There are no rules to be followed. Who says that you have to be one identity? We are human beings. We're so much more capable of doing just one thing. Go crazy over your ideas, over your projects, over your work, over your thoughts, experiments. And the final lesson is that mystery gets solved through trying. Only by trying you will get to know something that you are unsure or curious about. Bo was very curious about why he keeps dreaming about this thing, and then he asked his dad, but his dad avoided the matter. But still, he didn't give up. He ultimately found out where his true family lived and how he got to that stage in life and the hidden mysteries of the city, where Master Ogu was and what the underlying reasons of his transforming was. If you are ever curious about something, if you feel like something feels mystery to me, but I want to dig deeper, then just keep trying. Just keep digging and eventually you will get your answers. So the gist here is that do not let your obsession die, because that is your superpower. That is your motivating factor. You can be multiple things at the same time. When you don't give up and when you are stubborn about things, you will get success, and you fight the demons and villains in your life through practices, failures, experiences, experiments, and valuable lessons that you have acquired along the way. So let me know, how many Kung Fu Panda movies have you watched? Do you view yourself as a dragon warrior or someone who is capable of being a dragon warrior?